Okay, so let me tell you guys about the time that I got catfish, right? So I met this guy online and the conversation and everything was real, real nice. But prior to that conversation, we had planned a little get together to just hang out and kind of get to know each other, converse a little bit. So I invited him out to open my, spoken word poetry. It's me and a few other friends that I have and a lot of upcoming artists in the Houston area that do spoken word. So I thought it would be a real good adventure for us to kind of just get to know each other, as well as him getting to know me and my aura and my expectations and like the life that I choose to live. So the conversation, the personality over the phone was beautiful. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm comfortable enough to, actually meet this fella face to face. So we agreed the night before, certain time, place, everything. I set the standard straight, gave him a timeline, and time frame, so that way we'll kind of know how to address this thing accordingly. So when the time came, he did not look like the picture that he sent me. He was broke as fuck, and then he lied about his character, saying that he was an athlete, but he really wasn't. He was a lot younger than his profile admitted that he was. And on top of that, he came to my car undressed. So let me tell you the story. So he got in my car. He had on his jogging suit, like a sweatsuit with the, long jogging pants and a jacket and a button-down t-shirt, like a button-down dress shirt. And I looked at him and I'm like, okay, hey, nice to meet you. Now this, what you see is what you get. This is the normal. So I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. So of course he was like, so let's go get a gram or whatever. And I'm like, okay, let me call my my man, my right hand man, see where he's at, so that way we can go ahead and meet him. He was like, okay, well, I get off at work just in that time. I said, okay, cool, that's fine. They give us time to go do what we need to go do, kind of just hang out, talk, greet or whatever. When you make it home, call me and I'll be on my way. He had the nerve to say, you gonna go half on it? Now, mind you, there was an entry fee. It's like $5. He said he had the $5, but his check didn't clear. The night before, he said he was gonna get paid, so his check would have cleared that morning. He said he called his boss. His boss wasn't answering his text messages, and he didn't want to overdraft his card, so he wanted me to go half. I don't pay for my weed, so I was like, well, I can't go half on it, but my plug blessed my game anyway, because I kind of like vent to my plug. That's like my right hand man, so he was like, don't worry about it, just come through. Bless my game with 2 grams instead of 1. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. End up getting the guards and everything. The man smoked my weed up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, let's go out to eat. Let's go have a drink or whatever before the show starts. He goes and sits in the car while I go inside the daiquiri place. And I'm like, so you're not coming in? Like, we're on a date and you want to sit in my car because you ain't have no money? So I was like, well, do you want me to buy you something to eat? Like, at this point, I'm like, well, damn, like, you had 24 hours to do all of this. And I don't care if you had to borrow some money from moms, pops, whomever, and pay them back when you got paid, but you already knew, you decided that you wanted to meet me and wanted to take me out, and I just decided to have you come out with me because I do what I do on a regular. So I said, well, since you want to just come out and see me, how about you come the night that I'm doing the performance and doing my poetry? He was like, yeah, that'll be cool. So I'm thinking nothing of it. Not only did I have to pay for your weed, I also had to go pick you up. And then you get in my car and you wasn't even fully dressed. So I'm in my car and he's asking me, what time we going to be there, what time the show starts. And I'm like, after a while, why? He was like, because, I want to change my clothes or whatever. So I'm like, you want me to step outside my car for you to change clothes? And he was like, yeah, it don't matter. I'm sorry, I wasn't saying that to be polite. I was really saying that to see where your mind at, because I don't understand how you came outside the house not fully dressed. And he was like, I'm an athlete. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to just wear my clothes like that, you know what I'm saying, for long periods of time or whatever, like even when I'm at work. What you mean? When you at work, you gotta wear a uniform like you say you do, so you ain't got no choice but to wear your... Mind you, he is younger than me, so I was like, the mother instinct in me said, young man, I don't want to come off rude or absurd or abrupt, but I just want to know, like, your thought process. Like, you knew you were coming out on a date with a woman, you have no money, and you're not fully dressed. What was going through your mind prior to this? And he was like, well, you know, I told you over the phone I was washing clothes. Sir, we talked all night the night before. You had 24 hours prior to coming out tonight with me to make sure your clothes were ironed and pressed and clean. And you choose now to do all of that? And you got dressed within an hour, so which meaning while we were on the phone, you were washing clothes. And then you came out with your clothes folded up. You already had your dress shirt on because it was a button dress down shirt with your jogging pants, talking about you an athlete. I'm sorry, but there are plenty of athletes that I know of, that you probably admire, that wear suits all damn day. I've never known a man to come outside not fully dressed to a date. Here I am making you look good, but yet I'm embarrassed. Why is this always happening to me? Even in my past relationships, these men, even though that they didn't have much, you couldn't tell them that they couldn't dress and that they didn't look good and smell good, for one. Please spare me. And I'm frazzled in the mind because I didn't want to come off as judgmental, but I was like, sir, you know, in the future, when you decide to court another woman on a date, please make sure that your presentation comes first. Self-love comes first, because this is merely a reflection of how you truly value yourself. And if you don't value or know yourself enough to present yourself appropriately for a matter like this, because I went out of my way to get up and get dressed and to make myself presentable for you, even though I look like this on the regular. I don't understand how you felt like it was okay for you to come out here like this to me, with me. So me telling him that, he was like, okay, well, I appreciate you for letting me know. So then the next day he sent me a text message that morning, was like, you know, I really think it's funny how you made a negative situation out of something that really wasn't even necessary. I really felt like it was petty for you to check me about something like this. That was supposed to be a night full of fun and positivity, and you checking me with all that negativity, and it was really uncalled for. And I said to the young man, I said, young man, correction is love. Because the next time, if there will be a next time that you decide to go on a date with someone who has a little more couth and maturity about herself, she's probably going to address you the same way. Otherwise, not even talk to you. But unless you're looking for one of these gold digging chicks that don't mind, you know what I'm saying, taking you for your money because they know that you're going to want to spend money on them, I hope she takes you for every penny that you have, because that lets me further know your expectations were not with me. You had no real intentions on being with me the way that your telephone personality portrayed. And then too, the pictures that you sent me and the pictures that were on your profile had nothing to do with the person I saw in the flesh. Absolutely nothing. But I was still willing enough to accept you for who you are, because when I asked you what made you come outside the way that you did, it wasn't meant for me to judge you. It was meant for me to gain the understanding about you, so the next time, if there will be a next time, as I mentioned to him, that at least now I'll know how to address you. If you choose to come outside like this again, I'll know what to expect. But your responses now lets me further know we're not even together, and you sending me long ass text messages talking about how I was rude and how you feel sorry for me, the next man that try to, you know what I'm saying, be with me because I'm looking for perfection. No, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for a match. Because if I take my time to do what I do, Even though I do this on a regular, I expect the same man to carry and address himself as such as well. Which meaning he has a little bit more couth about himself, because he knows he's not going to step outside the house looking no any kind of way, because he values himself the same way that I value myself. Because while I'm out here courting you and making you look good, everybody else around here looking at me like, why the fuck is she with this nigga? And I don't like calling men niggas. When I'm with you or around you, I address the man as for what he is. I say, yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, king, no, king. Because I don't mind bowing to a king I know who is a king, who carries himself as such. I give respect and honor to where it's due. So you're not going to come at me like I'm some trick or some bitch off the street. Because I promise you, you don't want to know that side. You don't want to know that side. You can ask about me. But moral of this story is, please put some respect on your name. If you don't value yourself, nobody else will. And the fact that I set the boundaries and the expectations on the first date, I nipped that shit in the bud. So the next time that he decided that he wanted to, you know what I'm saying, come at me or try to take me out, he will already know the expectations. And then recently he sent me another text on my Instagram, was like, I just wanted to apologize for my behavior, because the only reason why I came at you like that because of my pride, and I really wanted to make it be about me or whatever, so I wanted to get back at you or whatever. We're not together. You don't owe me an apology. And at the time, I thought, you know what I'm saying, your apology was genuine. But when you told me that you would prefer a Cardi B lookalike compared to being with a woman like me because of my behavior and because I set boundaries and I have high expectations for myself, lets me further know that's the reason why you and I will never be. And your apology means nothing to me, because evidently you still haven't corrected your wrong. You apologizing to me, I was expecting you to be able to say, let me take you out, let me show you what I'm about, let me try to, you know, win you over. But instead, you was like, I apologize, you know what I'm saying? I know it was kind of childish, but I would rather be with a slim, fine, thick woman with fake ass and fake titties. Well, you knew that I was nothing like that on my profile, because what you see on my profile is what you see in the future. So I don't understand why you even thought to even waste my time like that. But see, this is why I corrected you the way that I did. Now, correction is love. I'm being hostile. I'm not being angry with you. I'm not even upset. I respect your decision. Respect mine. No further ado, there's no need for future communication. Please cease all communications with me from here on out. And if I feel that you will not do, don't even worry about it. I'm just going to go ahead and block you. Enjoy your day. Have a glorious life. Like, at this point, I'm completely done. Value yourself, ladies. Men, however, put some respect on your name. Put your foot down. Dip it in gold. Let these people know that you are not settling for nothing less. Because people will take advantage of that and treat you how they treat themselves if they're not right within. Come again. So, peace, love, light, blessings. Thank you.